G'day everyone, Lucas here, and today we are taking a look at the JBL Quantum 610 gaming headset. Back in 2020, I took a look at the 600 series, which is the previous model of these ones, so it'll be really good to see how these ones stack up with some upgrades. Oh, and hey, guess what? I actually have access to another set of these headphones. So if you're in Australia and you're interested in getting your hands on a free set of them, then keep watching this video all the way to the end. We'll tell you how you can do that.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me f***ed up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll lose my shit and I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
The JBL Quantum 610's design is pretty much indistinguishable from the previous model, the 600 series. It has the same pleather ear cups, the same 6-position adjustable headset. There's USB connectivity for updates and charging, the 3.5mm headphone jack, flip down to mute, as well as a second mute button, power on and off switch. There's 2 volume rocker switches, one for your overall volume and the other one for your chat sound bias. It also has the RGB accents on the outsides of the ear cups, and it still has this external exposed wire that I was a little bit concerned about in the previous one, but really it's just part of the aesthetic. It's how the design goes. It makes it unique, and it's not really that big of an issue when it comes to durability. I haven't had any issues with it. Although you might want to stop dogs from coming near this, but I suppose an exposed wire is the least of your problems. If your dog wants to come and chew your headphones, they're probably going to be ruined anyway. Hey, maybe cats will do it too. But all these things that are identical to the previous one go hand in hand synonymously with comfort. I'm happy with them. They feel great. They're comfortable when you're wearing a hat. They're comfortable when you're using VR, because you can use these with VR as well. Just plug them into an Oculus Quest 2 with the 3.5mm headphone jack. These are just really comfortable headphones. The 600 series were comfortable. The 610 series are comfortable as well. Now, the only thing out of the box that was obviously different in design is the USB dongle that comes with it. Now, this is the dongle that comes with the Quantum 610, and this is the dongle that came with the 600 series. It's half the size. Now, to some people you might think, well, it's just going to get plugged into my computer or plugged into my console. I don't really care if it's big. However, the people that will really appreciate this are laptop users. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm always a little bit worried if I'm plugging things into a laptop that it's going to get ripped out of the USB port, damaging the dongle, or damaging, even worse, damaging the laptop's USB port. Having something smaller is a lot harder to get it snagged on something if you are moving around or have it on your lap or something like that. It's very much appreciated. So this downsize does not go unnoticed by me. I appreciate that. I think most of you will agree that the audio quality is one of the most important parts of a gaming headset. Well, any headset really. The unfortunate part is it's one of the hardest things to convey in a review. What sounds good to me may not sound great to the next person, and what somebody else finds amazing in audio fidelity, I might think sounds terrible. But luckily, the JBL Quantum 610 utilizes the Quantum Engine software, which allows you to quite easily change through a whole bunch of different presets, allowing you to find the sound that you like. Now, there are quite a few different sets of presets there that you can pick your favorite out of, but if you're a bit of an audiophile and like to go in a little bit deeper with the manual tuning, you can do that too, and I'll show you a little bit more about that later. Listen up, this part's important. The JBL Quantum 610 are only wireless for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and PC. Now for those setups, it's plug and play. Just plug in the USB dongle into your PC, PS4 or PS5, and you're off to the races. For PC, you can install the Quantum Engine software to adjust your sound even further, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Now you can use these for the Xbox One, Series X and Series S. However, you will need to use the included 3.5mm headphone jack, and the same goes for Nintendo Switch as well. Now for this model, there is no Bluetooth integration, so you can't use them with your mobile phone unless there's a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is rare these days with waterproof phones and such. However, if it does have one, you can plug in and use it with that too. Now, as for going wireless with Xbox without actually plugging into the controller with the 3.5mm headphone jack, well, you can thank Microsoft for that, because they actually have their own proprietary wireless setup system for headphones. So if a manufacturer wants to include wireless for Microsoft's consoles, then they've got to strike up some deal and pay them on all that sort of stuff. That hasn't happened here. They probably wouldn't allow it to work with PlayStation systems at the same time as well, but that's just me speculating. This whole console war thing. But anyway. This is the Quantum Engine software that comes from JBL, which is a free download that comes with the headphones. Easy to do, you can get it off the website. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a bit of an overview of what all of the features are of the software. Not really a tutorial of sorts, but I'll show you most things. Alright, first up in the top left here it says 100% volume. Now that's not the volume of your headphones. As you can see, I'm adjusting the volume, it's not changing. That's your system volume. Alright, so keep that in mind, that's what that is. Next up is the microphone. You can see that the microphone activity will be on when the microphone is active, and it'll say that it's muted when it's muted. Alright, so the next part here is the chat game bias. If you do adjust that on the headphones, that will change as you go. So if you flip that all the way to chat, then you're going to pretty much only hear the chat, whether it be Discord or whatever you're using. If you then want to hear a little bit of both, you can put it in the middle. If you want more game, put it all the more to the game. All the way to game will be muting essentially your chat. Next up here is the spatial sound. That's basically the surround sound setups, which you can set up further on in the software. And then we've got the battery percentage there. That's handy to have. And then this section here shows that you're connected to the 2.4 gigahertz wireless. Okay, you can also set up user profiles. If you've got more than one person using it, you can set up profiles and switch to them. So all your settings will go across with your profile. I'm the only one that uses this, so I don't bother. Next up is the equalizer. We've got bass boost, bass cut, clarity, flat, FPS, high-end boost, and long session. So that's kind of handy there if you want to choose. I prefer the bass boost. Next up is the lighting. Now I've got it off at the moment, but it's just as easy as doing that to switch it on, and you can see that the headphones now have the JBL logo lighting up with RGB. Now there's a few different things you can do. You can change the tempo, which will make it flick through the different colors a lot faster. You can change what colors you want, take out colors you don't want. You can make it all one color. You can have two colors. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, just keep in mind that will use up more of your battery. Okay, next up is the spatial sound. It has JBL Quantum Surround, which I find to be very good, so I'll use it. And you can put it on advanced mode, which then allows you to adjust your head diameter. I have no idea what the size of your head means. Maybe how far away the speakers are from each other. I don't know. I haven't noticed any discernible differences in using that, but you know, try it out for yourself, see what happens. It also has DTS, or you can turn off surround sound altogether. And there's a channel ID, which will play a surround sound audio, and you can hear what it sounds like.
Center. front right, auxiliary right, back left, auxiliary left, front left.
All right, let's move on to the microphone. Now, just the same as up here, we've got microphone activity showing there. We have the mic volume. Now, you can adjust this on here. It's basically just going to make the volume of your voice going through the microphone quieter. Not sure what sort of things you would need that for, but I just leave it on 100%. Now, side tone, if you don't know what that is, it's mic monitoring or voice pass-through. Basically means that you can hear yourself through the microphone, which means that it'll stop you from shouting because you'll hear yourself a little bit better, and it won't make you feel like you got that muffled feeling for when your ears are blocked. So you'll hear yourself a little bit, which it's a comfort thing. It makes things a lot more comfortable. Give that a try. System software, pretty obvious. You can update the software from here and update the headphones from here as well. Read the manual for that. The help section, very underrated. More programs need to have something like this. It's basically a quick FAQ section. If you don't know what side tone means, which I didn't at the beginning, the first time I used the 600s a couple of years ago, come to microphone and it tells you. Side tone allows you to hear your voice in the headset as you speak into the microphone. So it helps you out with what things mean what. Really handy. That's pretty cool. But anyway, let's move on. And one quick little feature that I want to tell you about: when you close the software down, it'll go down into the taskbar. One click will bring you into this little window here, which is quite helpful, showing you the volume for the system, the microphone activity, battery power, and the game chat bias as well. And then you can click this just to open it up all the way as well. Quite a handy little feature. Now, this is a part of a gaming headset that I will nitpick every single time I get the chance to review one of these gaming headphones. I don't know, for some reason there is a bit of a struggle with getting a good quality microphone into these headphones. Now, the JBL Quantum 610's microphone is an improvement, in my opinion, from the 600 series. So it is better now, that's good. But is it the best of all of the headphones that I have used? Unfortunately, I can't say yes, no, it's not. I still believe that the King, the Astro A10s, still have the best microphone of all gaming headsets that I've ever used. But once again, this comes down to personal opinion, because I've been gaming with the JBL Quantum 610s and been talking to my friends, and I've asked some people, what do you think? What does the microphone sound like? Is it better than what I normally sound, or is it worse? Some say it's better, some say it's the same, some say it's worse. So I guess it just comes down to personal preference. But at the end of the day, it's not really the person wearing it's problem, it's the people that are trying to hear you's problem. But in saying that, everybody did come back and say that, well, they can hear me fine. It's just nitpicking, really. But let's have a listen. I've got a whole bunch of different microphones to compare them to, and you see what you think. HMI Module Alpha Humana on approach to Space Station Mercury. HMI Module Alpha Humana on approach to Space Station Mercury. HMI Module Alpha Humana on approach to Space Station Mercury. HMI Module Alpha Humana on approach to Space Station Mercury. HMI Module Alpha Humana on approach to Space Station Mercury. HMI Module Alpha Humana on approach to Space Station Mercury. HMI Module Alpha Humana on approach to Space Station Mercury. HMI Module Alpha Humana on approach to Space Station Mercury. HMI Module Alpha Humana on approach to Space Station Mercury. So you can now use the JBL Quantum 610 while you're charging them. This wasn't possible with the previous model. And this time around with the Quantum 610, the battery life is ginormous. Now previously I think it was pretty good from memory on the 600, but 40 hours on the 610 is mammoth. Now that 40 hours though is without using the RGB lights on the outside of the ear cups, but you know, I probably wouldn't use them usually anyway. Maybe on a special occasion when I'm doing a video like this I might use it, but otherwise I'm not using it. And 40 hours is excellent, and I can say that it's pretty much understated, that 40 hours as well. And it takes about 3 hours from completely empty to charge it up to 100%. It's pretty good. And for some reason, there's two ways to mute the microphone. You can flip it up to mute, or you can press the mute button. There's two ways. I don't know why. But when the headphones is muted, there's a nice little red light that will indicate that's the case. It'll also show you on the software as well. The Quantum 610 has 50mm drivers. That's audiophile speak for speakers. 50mm speakers. The Quantum 610 is certified to work with Discord, Skype, yeah, people use Skype still, and TeamSpeak. The JBL Quantum 610 is obviously compatible with JBL Quantum Surround Sound. It also is compatible with Windows Sonic Spatial Sound as well as DTS. In 2020, JBL released the JBL 600 series, which was the first time that they'd ever released a gaming headset. They hit the ground running with their high-end pedigree, but there were some areas that needed some attention. Now fast forward 2 years to 2022, and the JBL Quantum 610 makes it look like JBL listened to their feedback. The audio quality this time round is as strong as it always has been. The microphone has been improved exponentially, which was one of my original criticisms of the previous model. Compatibility with third-party software and controllers has also been addressed. I didn't mention this in my review for the Quantum 600, but for those of you that use Voicemeeter and the Akai APC, you might like to know that it works seamlessly with the Quantum 610. So in considering now that the battery lasts forever, the audio is super easy to perfect, and the microphone now gives a good, clear representation of my voice, and the compatibility now with all of my third-party software, and the seamless integration with my PlayStation 5, the JBL Quantum 610 is essentially the gaming equivalent of an assembled Avengers team. This is, put quite simply, the best pair of gaming headphones that I've ever used. It has its downfalls, but overall this thing's the best. I don't always give praise like this, you can tell by checking out my previous videos, but credit where credit is due. These headphones are amazing. Well, that is all I have for now, so thank you very much for checking out this video and coming all the way to the end. If you have any questions, comments or concerns, then please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see more from the Aussie Gamers Experience, then maybe check out our gaming variety show. It's recorded live on YouTube, and it's free for your entertainment. Thanks again, I am Lucas, and until next time, I will see ya! Okay, well you're still here, so I'm going to assume that you want to win yourself a pair of JBL Quantum 610 wireless gaming headphones. That's only natural. I would love to win them too. However, if you're not aware, there's a lot of giveaway scams on YouTube, and I don't want any of my viewers to be subject to any of that crap. So for that reason, we're taking this giveaway away from YouTube, because YouTube doesn't have a means of me directly contacting you. So a lot of people have been putting comments in, scammers, have been replying to people's comments in the chat saying that you've won. If that happens to you, that is a scam. I will not be putting anything in the comments down below, no replies to your comments saying that you've won. That is not how this is going to work. So if you want the chance to win this wireless gaming headset from JBL, then what you need to do is go across to Twitter. Now, my Twitter handle is in the description. It is @AussieGamers12. It'll be easier for you to identify a legitimate message from me because it'll be using that handle. Make sure that the handle is correct if somebody messages you and says that you've won. Also, you will not be required to pay for shipment, or there will be no fees. So if anybody asks you for any sort of payment, it's a scam. This thing's turned into a bit of a PSA at the same time, but be warned. So what you need to do, in the description of this video, there is a link to a tweet of mine on my account. Go into that tweet, leave a reply to that tweet tagging 2 of your friends that you think might also benefit from this awesome set of headphones. and leave a comment on there as well saying what feature of the JBL Quantum 610 is most likely to be an upgrade from what you are using at the moment. Also include what is the headphones that you're using at the moment, and let me know what state you're from. Please also be aware that this giveaway is only for Australian residents. So good luck to everybody who enters. If you've got any questions, comments or concerns, let me know on Twitter or in the comment section down below. I'll get back to you. And good luck.